Okay, so this is our second file. Define tuna second. So tuna second is our another functions in another file, and in that tuna functions, or in that second file, I have created one function called as an tuna second, and just simply I have printed I am from second module. I am from second modules. So this is our two files in the package directory, that is first and second, and special file is a init.py. Okay, and come out of this Python package folder. Okay, Python package folders, and then you must create one more file, that is the package. I will open this file, edit with IDE. ओके, आता मी काय केले, दोन मॉड्यूल्स क्रिएट केलेत, फर्स्ट आणि सेकंड. कुठल्या फोल्डर मध्ये? पायथॉन पॅकेज मध्ये. ओके, सो फ्रॉम पायथॉन पॅकेज we need to import first and second modules. That is, import is the keywords, and first and second, first comma second. So this is our two modules. This is our two modules, or we can call it this is our two files, first comma second. Now when you want to access the first modules in your package, simply use file name dot function name. So I have already said that whenever you want to access the modules, you need to use the dot to access the module. So first dot tuna is our module name. First is nothing but file names. Dot tuna is function of that module, and second dot tuna second. So this is our second functions in second file. I will open that file. First of all, you guys will a little bit confused, so I will open these two windows. Okay, तर हे फर्स्ट आणि सेकंड हे काय तुमचे दोन मॉड्यूल्स आहेत. जर मला ह्या दोन मॉड्यूल्सला ऍक्सेस करायचं असेल तर मी काय करणार आहे, फ्रॉम पायथॉन पॅकेज आय हॅव फ्रॉम okay, from Python package, import first comma second. So first comma second is the name of our modules. Now second dot tuna second, and first dot tuna. Now how to execute this program, I will show you. So just go run the modules. Okay, so this is your output. I am from second modules and I am in first module. Okay, so this is our Python example. समजले का सगळ्यांना? Is there any doubt here? Those who are not understood Python. See guys, I have already taken the attendance. Don't put attendance in the chat box and don't interrupt me in between. Giteshwari, Rasika, you are doing the same thing which you are done previously. Don't do it. Once I tell I have already taken the attendance, why you are putting the attendance in the chat box? Is there need? In between this window is showing you all the roll calls. Don't do like that. Okay, so understood Python? Okay, so I will tell. So that is in it. So each package in Python is a directory which must contain a special file called as a init.py that I have already show you. This file can be empty, and it indicates that the directory it contains is a Python package. So these special files, it contains the directory package. So it can be imported the same way module can be imported. जसं आपण मॉड्यूल इम्पोर्ट करत होतो तसंच तुम्हाला init.py नावाची फाईल काय करायची, इम्पोर्ट करायची. So if we create a directory called foo, that example this example is totally different. Okay, and I have shown the execution for the example is different. So there is two different methods in this Python package. So if we create a directory called foo, which makes the package name, we can then create a modules inside that package called bar. We also must not forget to add the init.py file inside the foo directory. Okay, to use the module bar, we can import it in two ways. Okay, the first way is import foo.bar, and second is a from foo import bar. There is two different ways to import the directly in your package. So first method is import foo.bar. This is one method, and second from foo import bar. Okay, so foo is nothing but our package name, and bar is nothing but our module name that I have already shown in the same in this example, first and second package. Okay, in the first method we must use foo prefix whenever we want the modules, we want we want to access the modules as a bar. In the second module we don't, because we import the modules to our module namespace. बघा, आणि काय सांगितलं की जे फू पॅकेज आहे ते आपण कशामध्ये ऍक्सेस केले, मॉड्यूल मध्ये. विथ सिम्पली गिवन import foo.bar, and in second method we don't access the modules, we are just simply imported that module. So the init.py file can also decided which modules the package export as an API while keeping our other modules internal by overriding all the other variables. Okay, so this is for the modules and packages. So one exercise is given. In this exercise you will need to print an alphabetical sorted list of all the functions in the array module which contain the word find. Okay, so that is exercise is very simple. You can try by your own. Once I have shared this PPT today, I will share all the PPTs for first and second chapter once our this unit is over. So that is about the Python package. So next point is the command line argument. So command line argument I will tell orally. So we need to pass the arguments whenever you are executing the statement. So argument is nothing but our parameters. So I will show where the command line in just simply CMD. CMD stands for command line argument. So here you need to pass the argument whenever you are executing the program. So that is the command line argument. So argument that are given after the name of the programs in the command line shell of the operating system are known as command line argument. It means that whenever you are executing the programs in the command line shells, we simply need to pass the parameters in the operating system that is called as a command line argument. I will read one more time. The argument that are given after the name of the program in the command line shell of the operating systems are known as a command line argument. Python provides various way of dealing with these types of arguments. वेगवेगळ्या टाइपचे arguments आहेत that Python has provided. So there are three most common types of arguments are using system.argument vector, using system.argument vector. Second type using get OPT modules or argument pass module, get optional module, and then argument pass module. So this is the three standard command line arguments. So we don't have that much of in-depth फक्त तुम्हाला माहित असू द्या व्हॉट इज कमांड लाईन argument. For that purpose I am just explaining. So I will explain first argument, that is using system.argument vector. ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम मध्ये होतं तुम्हाला युनिक्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम मध्ये आर्ग्युमेंट फॅक्टर्स अँड आर्ग्युमेंट काउंट. सो कॅन समबडी टेल मी द डिफरन्स बिटवीन देम? आर्ग्युमेंट वेक्टर्स अँड आर्ग्युमेंट काउंट, काय डिफरन्स होता? रेणुका, what is the difference between argument vectors and argument count? Can anybody? Okay, okay, I will explain Ajinkya, but if anybody knows, then it will be the better for us if somebody knows. So what is vector and what is argument count? Count is nothing but the counter. कोणाला माहिती आहे का? Okay, so I will explain. System.argument vector is used to give the specific numbers to that count. So the system model provides functions and variables which is used to manipulate the different parts of the Python runtime environment. This model provides access to some variables used or maintained by the interpreter and the to function, and that interact strongly with the interpreter. So system.argument vector, which means that you need to pass the vector arguments to access the variables and functions. So that is the argument vector. One such variable is system.argument vector, which is simply a list structure. The main purpose of this system.argument vector is it is a list of command line argument that we know. The length system.argument vector provides number of command line arguments which is passed whenever you are compiling the program. And a system.argument vector, so this is our 0. This is the 0. 0 is nothing but the positions which you want to access the variable. Is the name of the current Python script. So let's suppose there is a Python script for adding two numbers and the numbers are passed as a command line argument. Examples are given with the help of system.arguments. That example I will show you. Very simple it is there. So Python program to demonstrate command line arguments. So total number of arguments are n is equal to length of system.argument vector. So n is nothing but the number of arguments. Print total argument passed, that is n. An argument passed, that is system.arguments name of Python script. And third argument passed, that is end, is equal to blank. So okay, so I'm not going to execute the programs. You can simply type that programs and you can execute it. I will tell the arguments. बघा ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही हा प्रोग्राम कंपाइल करताय त्यावेळेस gfg.py is nothing but your file name and 2356 is your argument. Okay, whenever you are compiling the programs, at that times you can pass the argument from the operating system, or we can say we are taking the argument from the operating system. So 2356, these are the arguments which we are passed to the argument vector. So that is nothing but the argument system.argument vector. So next is the using get opt modules and argument pass modules. So this is the get opt. dot get opt. This is the syntax. Argument of yes comma options comma long options. Okay, so get opt argument of yes is nothing but a list of arguments to be passed. Option, string of options letter that are script want to recognize. Option that required an argument should be followed by a semicolon. ओके, ऑप्शन म्हणजे काय, ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही आर्ग्युमेंट पास करता, फॉर एक्झाम्पल 2 3 4 5 लाईक दॅट, every argument should be followed by the semicolon. Long option is nothing but a list of strings with the name of long options. Options that require argument should be followed by an equal sign. And then return type. And then return type is nothing but anything, void, integer, character, double, like that. So that is the get opt. So you can simply execute these programs which I have given. Okay, so for every point it is very difficult to execute the programs, but try this program in the Unix operating system. Okay, हे तुम्हाला काही सिलेबसला नाहीये, बट तरी मी एक्स्ट्रा म्हणून तुम्हाला माहिती असावं म्हणून that I have already this point in the PPTs. All हे built in functions आहेत पायथॉनचे, that is absolute value, all you can learn by your own. So next is a constant. Next is a constant, that is last second point in your second units. So as I have already explained, constant is nothing but the value cannot change throughout the program, is called as a constants. A constant value is similar to a variables with the exceptions that it cannot be changed once it is set. म्हणजे pi 3.14, that value is the constant. We cannot change that value throughout the program. So that is called as a constant. So constant have a variety of uses, from setting static values to writing more semantic code. So that is called as a constant. So how to implement the constant in Python? कसं implement करायचं? I said earlier that Python kind of but not really has constant. It is the type of Python, but it is not really a. So what does that mean? It means that you can follow some standard conventions to emulate these semantic fields of constant, but Python itself does not support non-changing value assignment. Yes, that is right. In the way other language that implement the constant do. ओके, म्हणजे बाकीच्या लँग्वेज मध्ये आपण काय करत होतो, कॉन्स्टंट फंक्शन्स काय करत होतो, इम्प्लिमेंट करत होतो किंवा यूज करत होतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल जावा मध्ये वगैरे तुम्हाला जर एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल्स, रेक्टँगल्स कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं असेल तर तुम्हाला कॉन्स्टंट फंक्शन ऍट द बिगिनिंगलाच तुम्हाला डिक्लेअर करावं लागत होतं. पण जावा मध्ये पायथॉन मध्ये कसं आहे, तुम्ही डायरेक्टली इम्प्लिमेंट करू शकता कॉन्स्टंट्स एनीवेअर विदिन दॅट प्रोग्राम. सो दॅट इज द डिफरन्स. So that's about the constant. So here use all the capital letters in the name. Use all the capital letters in the name. Obviously, whenever you are declaring the constant, at that time we need to use the capital letters. For the foremost, you want your constant to stand out from your variables. This is even more critical in Python, as you can technically overwrite value that you can set with the intention of being constant. म्हणजेच काय, ज्यावेळेस तुम्हाला कॉन्स्टंट डिक्लेअर करायचं असेल त्यावेळेस काय करायचं, कॅपिटल लेटर्स यूज करायचे. ओके, नेक्स्ट इज अ डू नॉट ओव्हरले abbreviate names. The purpose of the constant, really any variables, is to be referred later. The demand clarity, avoid using single letter or generic names such as n or name. That is num. Num stand for number. Avoid करायचं ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही कॉन्स्टंट डिक्लेअर करता त्यावेळेस पायथॉन मध्ये. That is pi. Pi is the standard. So you can use it to declare the constant. Then create a separate constant py file. To add the element of intentional organization in structures and naming, it's common practice to create a separate file for constant which is then imported. म्हणजेच काय, जे आपण कॉन्स्टंट क्रिएट केले त्याची काय करायची, सेपरेट फाईल क्रिएट करायची अँड देन यू कॅन इम्पोर्ट दॅट फाईल इन युअर programs. So this is our constant ratio. So this is the standard ways to declare the constant. Ratio feet to meters is equal to 3.28. The ratio lb to kg is equal to 2.20. So this is our standard declaration of the constant. So that's about the constant. And next is an exceptions that I already explained. Exception is nothing but the runtime errors which occurs when you are executing the programs are called as an exceptions. Exception is an event which occurs during execution of a program that disturbs the normal flow of the program instructions. I have already explained the exception handling concept and एक्सेप्शन्स. एक्सेप्शन हँडलिंग म्हणजे काय, ज्यावेळेस एखाद्या प्रोग्राम मध्ये रन टाइम्स एरर्स येतात त्याला काय म्हणायचं, एक्सेप्शन हँडलिंग. हाऊ टू हँडल दॅट एक्सेप्शन्स, there are various methods which is available, or various block of statements which is available, that is the try catch block and try catch and finally. With these three methods you can handle the exception in the Java as well as in Python. So that I already explained. So these are the standard syntax: try catch block. So try, except, then else block, that I already explained. Try, you can do the operation here, so that is the syntax. Exception 1, if there is exception 1 then execute the block. Exception 2, then if there is exception 2 then execute this block, otherwise else if there is no exception then execute this block. So this is the standard syntax for exception handling. Okay, so here your second unit is over. Okay, so for today we have covered 3 points, that is the Python package, command line arguments, constant and exception. So the 4 points are very simple. Okay, for our syllabus only overview is there, but I have conducted very depth, and even I have explained I have executed the programs for most of the points. Okay, only program is remain on your command line arguments. To execute the programs for command line arguments, we require okay, to execute the command line argument programs, we need a Unix operating system. So it is very difficult for me to install the Unix operating system or Ubuntu. ओके, उबंतू वरती तुम्ही कमांड लाईनचे प्रोग्राम्स काय करू शकता, एक्झिक्यूट करू शकता. इफ एनीबडी इज हॅव्हिंग द Ubuntu operating systems, then such student can try by your own for the command line programs. Okay, anybody is having doubt for these second units? It is very simple. So you do one thing, you just execute the program, all the programs which I already explained to you. So it will be the better for your future as well when you are learning the Python. Those who and one courses are available for based on the Python. You can register on it and try to execute the program assignments on that course. ओके, तर तुमची प्रॅक्टिस होऊन जाईल. ज्यांच्याकडे लॅपटॉप आहे त्यांनी प्रॅक्टिस करा प्रोग्राम्स वरती. जे जे प्रोग्राम्स मी सांगितले तेवढेच तुम्ही काय करा, एक्झिक्यूट करा. आय हॅव एक्झिक्युटेड मोस्ट ऑफ द प्रोग्राम्स फ्रॉम युअर सेकंड युनिट्स. इफ यू फेस एनी डिफिकल्टीज you can ask me. So I need to give you lunch break now. After 12 o'clock you have one more session, 12 to 1. So as per your instruction from class coordinators, we will stop here. Okay, so if you face any difficulty in your second units, then you can directly call me, or you can ask me doubt if you are having. ओके, तुम्ही कधीही मला विचारा, कॉल करा, तुम्हाला जर सेकंड युनिट मध्ये काही डाऊट येईल ते. फ्रॉम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर वी कॅन स्टार्ट अवर थर्ड युनिट्स. नाउ you have break for 25 minutes. Do lunch, all the things, and join at 12 o'clock. There is one more sessions, I think, but I have attended the whole session. Okay, fine. Okay, now you can leave from the meeting room and join at 12 o'clock.